fortnight away. Someone asked me where do I record and how do I do it. So I'm currently sitting in the dining room of my house. My kids are asleep. The dog's on his bed, just rambling on now. So forgive the background noise, but you can't control a Frankie sometimes. He's a Jack Russell. He's 10 years old, and he's a bit of a he's a mad dog, but he's funny. Welcome back. So today I was talking about many different things and about camping in the last couple of weeks, whether it be at work or with between friends. But it's one thing that I had a bit of a rant about is people complaining lately about the government wanting to convert a lot of Crown land into national park. It's being proposed that a lot of land to go from state forest northeast of Melbourne to be turned into national park, which does restrict a lot of things like four-wheel driving, hunting, fishing, which, probably most of the audience listening today is what they do and what they enjoy, particularly in the high country. It's probably one of the best places in the world to go camping. I'm for one to think that's bullshit and, just leave it alone. But at the same time, there are a lot of dickheads out there who don't put fires out when they leave, whether it's winter or summer. Kid goes over when they get excited camping, see a fire pit, and there's ashes there. Pouring half your water there on it to protect your children, but also not cause a fucking fire, is not exactly fun. Leaving boxes of beer and shit everywhere, toilet paper not dug away after taking a dump. Like, seriously, you're all a bunch of dickheads. Clean up after your shit, because you're the ones that are half the reason why they want to close this down, other than all the greenheads that are in the city doing nothing but staying in their little shacks in the city, not going out and actually seeing the real world. But the same people who are complaining online still have public Instagram feeds of themselves doing burnouts and donuts on the fucking grass and chopping up campsites areas and doing all this shit. And probably most of that crowd are the ones leaving rubbish everywhere. So if you don't like what I'm saying and you're one of them, number one, clean up your shit. If you don't like what I'm hearing, clean up your shit and then turn this podcast off, because I don't care. But clean up after your shit, because it's not fair on all of us. We all want to enjoy land. We all pay taxes. We all work hard. We all pay good money for our gear and our cars to do it. And more importantly, we want our kids to come home in one piece, including ourselves. So if you're one of them, clean your shit up. Do your bit. Respect the land. Respect it. I used to be a bit of a hoon myself in my past, but I still clean up after myself. And some of the actions I probably did in the past, I don't do anymore. And I learned my own way. I won't say it's easy, won't say hard. That's my business. So, and also recently a YouTuber who does some pretty good reviews of different equipment online, got some equipment from a company who sells batteries called DCS, and he's now being sued for giving his open and honest opinion, which is actually quite bullshit. He's actually going to court, funding it himself, did a little bit of GoFundMe, and the money he raises is going to his case, but the money left over from it is going to the rule-following doctors. So respect to him, and I hope he does his best. There's a lot of people in the community, respecting it, but it's right, because these companies give, even if you bought something or some company gives something, say to give an honest review and you do it, they have no right to see it. What's the point? Someone gave me something that reviewed camping and I said it was shit because it was shit, and they sue me because they made losses in the business because people actually listen to what I said and realize it's not that good. Either don't give out your product to anything or anyone, or actually fix the product, because if it's not working for the average Joe, and even if he's getting paid to use it or not getting paid to use it and still saying it's not that good, review your product, because it either could hurt someone or it can make their trip shit, especially when it comes to lithium batteries. It's a dangerous world out there, because God knows how many companies are now doing lithium batteries for cheap prices. And yeah, I'm sure they're great batteries, but at a cost, number one, and number two, I believe the cheaper they are, the worse quality you're going to get, and the more chance of probably causing a fire if it's not done right. I would not do any auto electrical work unless it was done by a Sparky or an auto elec. I know enough Sparkies and auto elects in the world to hand over any of the work that needs to be done to my car or whatever venture I go on moving forward to get it done by them. So it just makes a sad blow to a lot of the YouTube community who do reviews, that they're going to be scared to say what they really want to say about the product, and they're going to be felt like they're a bunch of phonies. I know Steve Clay, Australian 4x4 Adventures, has ventured out. He's done a lot of different reviews. His reviews, I find, they're pretty honest. You can tell he's making sure that if he wouldn't use the product unless he really wanted to. I'm in the same view. A lot of others as well that have done reviews, you can tell they're just not being paid by the actual company to do so. I'm happy to review anything. I've done a lot of reviews on my personal time of things. My mates ring me up and go, "What do you think of this and that?" And I've reported back to say it was good, or reported back it will say it's not good. Give a recommendation, and that's why I work for a company that make Australian-made products, because at least we've got control of our product locally. We're not relying on a factory in China to make something, and you get a batch of 1,000 different items. If 2 of them are stuffed in the container, do you think they really care overseas? No. You make your product here. If something's defective, you can fix it straight away. You got the customer service and after sales service to help someone do that, and quickly and swiftly, and actually talking to a human rather than just a chat screen that comes up on the corner and say, how can I help you, speaking to a fucking robot? Please. How many people can't be calling Telstra, Centrelink, and all those people, because you're sitting there 17 different options to go through to choose the right option to talk. You just want to speak to someone on the phone. And preferably, people want to speak to someone in a local call center on the phone. No disrespect to anyone else overseas. You're just doing your job. But, we just want to work out things quick, swift, and just communicate and get the job done. We've got enough time. We haven't got enough time in the world to fucking waste on shit like that. So, yeah, it's a sad world that we can't listen to the reviews and actually, the comments from these people, because they're giving us honest reviews, so we don't waste our money, don't waste our time, and also probably protecting us from a little bit of safety. So, protecting us to keep us safe when we go away. So, if any one company wants me to review anything, I'm happy to do it. I've got a few things lined up. I've filmed over the years, the stuff I use. My collection of stuff is quite a mixed bag. Most of it's probably from Marketplace. A couple of things are new. A couple of things are probably hand-me-downs, or most of the things are chopped and changed from a couple of trips of Bunnings, a couple of Band-Aids, and a few knocks to the head. So, yeah, happy to dabble into one discussion one day. But had a question from someone, I'm not going to name names, and they asked me, they were, what makes it peaceful to go camping? They were talking how they sort of struggle to go camping because they're just worried about staying away for the night. People say, he says, I need to get away from it all, but sometimes getting away from it all can sort of bring out the demons inside of the head. And it was an interesting question, because that's probably, admittedly, the first few camping trips that I've done. I felt that, especially in 2013. I went away with a bunch of mates, and I was driving. I was excited and a little bit nervous at the same time. I had a fair bit of anxiety at the time, and I remember driving, packing my, setting all up, and boom, I could just feel this anxiety, like I'm stuck here, or just all the worries I had at home, whether it had been at work or whatever, just sort of crept up on me. And instead of trying to blank it all away or drink it all away, you sort of manifest it over those thoughts and feelings that whole time. You're like, fuck, you just want to go home and go back into like what you call a safety net. Instead, I actually spoke to some friends that I trusted when I was camping at the time and spoke about it. And they're assured that I was safe, I was happy, and if you need to talk more, let them know. And I actually enjoyed that trip, but it was actually like sort of facing that fear in the face right there and then, to sort of just just to accept the fact that it was there, but just make the most of the time. It's like anything in life, but I guess over a few times doing that, and as I got older and wiser, I figured that if you can't enjoy a trip when you're away for a few days overnight, a day trip's okay, but more of an overnighter where you're sort of, trying to get away from stuff that could be happening home, whether it's in personal life, work life, anything. We're all got those little things that niggle us, and sometimes the thought of going away, sinking a few cans and going with some friends will, help. But sometimes that, that little monkey in the brain, the little bees in the bonnet will go, I want to, the thoughts exacerbate. But my suggestion and my thought is whatever is going in your head, and it's going to manifest more when you're away in the alone, especially in the quiet. And like, there's no noise, there's no cars passing, there's no mobiles if you're in a reception area. A lot of those thoughts are going to manifest and make it even feel worse, and you're going to feel nothing bad's going to happen, but you feel like something's going to happen that's bad. My advice to that is, and it's worked for me, and it's probably taken, I won't lie, fair few years to work out, is you just got to work out what's going on in your life at home and make that feel better. When when you're home, in your work life, your home life, whatever, you got to make your life better at home. That's sort of like a sign to say you got to, whether it be, talk to a psychologist if you need to, work out whatever's happening in the household to, ease those pains. So when you go away, that you're not having to check in on something or someone to think something bad's going to happen, or just little psyche things that can happen in your brain. It's hard to explain, but it can happen, and they're there. The best thing to do is start working on things at home. It could start from, maybe stop drinking as much. If you have a fair few drinks on the weekends, drink less. Start listening to podcasts about health, and, start going for a walk a bit more, go for a run, go to the gym, get on a bike. I found those things definitely helped me. If you smoke darts, try and quit darts. That can really help, or anything. Start working on your life at home, so when you go away, it is much better, because if you're feeling better, if you're healthier, and when you go away, you're going to, you can enjoy, you can eat some snacks, eat some food, do what you want to do, but you're going to do it in a clearer mind frame than thinking your mind's just going to clear within a couple of hours being out in the bush, because I can tell you now, it ain't. It's not going to happen. After that trip I did, I started going to the gym more. I started eating better. I started drinking less. I wasn't really a drinker anyway, but, just sort of, I didn't even bring alcohol one trip. Like, fuck it. I know it's the norm. You see everyone sink at a can like you have to. No, you don't. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. Now I bring my running stuff with me and bring a bike, and we go running on a trip. Get up, go for a run, come back, cook some bacon and eggs, and, always have a coffee before a run. I can't run without coffee. But change it up. Go for a run. Go for a run in the bush and finding a track. Even finding a track where you can go for a trail run. Camp around there and go for a trail. Go for a run if you like running, or even a hike. Go for a hike. Go Camp Rubicon. Go run up the cathedrals, or go walk up the cathedral ranges. Go up Halls Gap. Fuck, Victoria is loaded with them. Imagine going to New South Wales. You got Kosciuszko, mate. I'd love to go there one day. Brisbane, you got the, Queensland. Let's say no more. Fuck, Queensland's beautiful. I'd rather be there in this bloody cold in Melbourne right now. But mix a bit of health, and instead of just sitting there on a chair for 3 days sinking cans and eating shit, maybe plan a hike, take the kids for a ride, plan more things around the kids and doing something healthy than just sitting around. The kids love going into a river with some floaties, or go for a walk up a hill. It's something I learned off friends of mine, or, just watching other people camping and doing things, is, incorporating those things. It tires them out, so they're healthy. They're going to eat more. They're going to sleep better. The fresh air does something to them anyway. They're always going to enjoy it. But I really find doing that really helps their mind frame, helps your mind frame. And back to what I was saying earlier, you fix the stuff in your life and you go out camping, it's better. Imagine watching your kids being healthier and happier than what they are at home, because they're in the fresh air with their friends, on a holiday. It's going to make you feel better. And the next trip, you can actually look forward to finding different activities to do and different things to adventure with yourself, with your kids, your friends, whatever. I found over the last few years, if I go camping now, yeah, of course I get the little niggle in the brain that comes every now and again, but I can process it better, and it sort of not disappears, but I accept it faster, and the feeling does not as worse. I'm trying to think right now. It reduces the feeling of something bad is reduced, and I don't think about it anymore. And it's been really good to do that. So yeah, sorting out your brain when you get home will help you on your trips when you go away, and you'll won't resent it. You'll enjoy it more. So I hope that helps. I'm not going to remain anonymous. I hope it helps. Email me again, info@gettingouthere.net.au if you have any questions, you want me to discuss anything. I had a rant. I've gone deep. I've gone down the rabbit hole. I wasn't actually going to record, to be honest, but fuck, I'm wasting more energy thinking about it for the next 24 to 48 hours than just 20 minutes of doing it. There's enough shit in this world trying to waste their energy, so I'm going to leave it for the episode today on that note. Thank you for listening. I just wanted to shout out to WA Camping Adventures. Thanks once again for the motivation online. We have a quick chat and whatnot. So he's got his Everyman Chats and also the Swagman podcast he does with his mate. He has a great time doing it, and I have a great late time listening to it. And he listens to mine. Gives a lot of motivation. So thank you. Also to once again James Russell, who's made my intro and outro music. He hasn't named it yet. Make a poll of what it should be called if you want to put any input into it. So info@gettingouthere.net.au or even on the socials. It's a bloody good track. Have a listen again. It's about to be played again. So I'm going to leave you to the fine notes of it. Have a great day. See you in 2 weeks. Cheers.